In video 1, we defined our plate and put in our text. We then centered our text and saved it. We're now ready to make a toolpath from this. So we're going to select our piece of text, and you're going to find the engrave tool. It's going to ask you if you want to convert this to curves, so it will no longer be a text object. You're going to hit yes. We're going to first find a conic tool, so you might be set to an end mill or something right now. You'll have to use this sort by tool and find the conic tool, and you're looking for a 90-degree conic. Now I already have one up there. I'll delete that and show you, but double click it, 90-degree conic should come up here. For your depth, I'm going to have you put in a max depth of like 0.3. It probably won't go that deep depending on your geometry. The wider the letter is, the deeper that tool is going to go. You're going to select a 3D engrave path down here in the engrave parameters, and then we're going to go in and edit our feeds and speeds. So you may have to open some of these up. I'm going to open up the passes first, and I'm going to change this instead of one, or I'm going to go 2 passes on this. I'm also going to add a final depth path that's going to reduce the amount of sanding. So I'm going to add my final depth as 0.010 of an inch, or 0.01 for that final depth. And then I'm going to open up my feeds and speeds. Our feed rate for our first 2 passes, our roughing passes, that's going to be 100 inches per minute. Our final pass feed rate, we're going to go slower at 50. We're going to plunge at 50. And we're going to put our spindle in our max spindle RPM of 18,000. So feed rate 100, final pass feed rate 50, plunge rate 50, spindle 18,000. And we're making sure we have final pass checked, 0.01 for that final pass depth. And when I added that final pass, it took my number of passes up to 3. So 2 roughing and then 1 final pass. So I'll hit OK on that. Make sure that 3D engrave is selected, and we'll hit OK again. You can see what it did here. The green are your feeds in and out, so that's where it's plunging or coming out of the material. And then you see the multiple tool paths here. We're going to simulate this next. So you're going to go up to Machining, Simulate 3D. Now you could animate this, but it takes longer, and we only have 1 tool to worry about, so we're not worried about that. We're going to hit OK. We're going to turn the light bulb on, and then we're going to hit the play button. I'm then going to use the shift and right click on my mouse to kind of take a look at what that looks like. You can see in the thicker layers it goes deeper, and then in the smaller areas like here it doesn't go as deep in that part of the P. If you see any raised sections in the middle, you might have some really wide fonts. Please talk to me and I'll help you get that set up. But this looks good to go. We're going to set this up for tool pathing, so I'll double click on that perspective button, double click on the top, it takes me back to my top view. So we're going to go into the machining menu, go to output. We're going to check our driver. So you're going to go to active drivers. You're going to look for Techno HD, select IJ Arcs. Select the Techno HD IJ Arcs and hit OK. Hit OK again. Then we're going to go to File. It's going to save this as a .nc file, so put your name here, and it's going to be a .nc. That's important, so don't put any special characters in the file name, but it is important that your name shows up there so we know which one to run when we get to the machine. This is now saved in OneDrive. You need to also get this onto a flash drive, and then your instructor will help you set this up on the CNC.